Beware the wild winds. And what is that? That's the military blimp that was set loose and moved by the strong winds across Maryland and Pennsylvania. Well, the blimp came down, but the winds are still with us and they're howling. What they're already doing to one of the Great Lakes, too. Wait till you hear this.
And don't put those umbrellas away just yet. No, places that don't need any more rain, they're going to see some more. Learn how little of that moisture it will take to swamp streets and to send streams out of their banks.
And whether it's a tornado on the horizon, and look closely, we'll zoom in a little bit, but there you see that little white thing hanging down? That was a tornado or a funnel cloud, or the lightning forking across the sky, the kind of wind that makes waves dance or move through fences or drives rain sideways. Some people are just downright scared of the weather. Now, on the way, the expected and unexpected signs of weather that set some folks shivering. Good to see you, friends. Welcome to Weather Center Live. I'm Dave Schwartz.
And I'm Alex Wilson.
Perfect.
We're glad to have you with us because today millions of you are dealing with the weather that you hoped you were maybe done with.
Yeah. Well, in California, officials are evacuating residents. Another wildfire has broken out. This is northeast of Santa Barbara, around Montecito Peak in the mountains. The tankers are facing winds, trying to spread that red fire retardant on a 70-acre blaze.
And in parts of Texas, you are bracing for more rain less than a week after heavy rain brought high water rescues. On the way, when the rain will start and how much rain you could see. In Connecticut, thousands of people woke up to no power. That number has now dipped below 900 customers, but wind gusts of 40 miles an hour had wreaked havoc, downing power lines, knocking down trees, and actually closing Route 85 in Hebron for a time. Those winds are still with parts of the Northeast, and we still have wind advisories in effect, Dave.
Alan Rios, can you get me a wind observation out of the Buffalo airport? We can do that in just a matter of a couple of seconds. There are wind advisories in effect for all of western New York and here near Watertown and Fort Drum, where they were really howling. What's that, Al? West wind at 20. Gusting to 27 knots, so 30 miles an hour, and they're forecast to even get stronger this afternoon. So the wind advisories remain in effect. The wind direction has changed from southeast to southwest now that low pressure has moved off to the northeast. The heavy rain is over, and now it's really the wind and the cooler for the east coast. That's going to be the big change here in the northeast. Just some light rain moving into the Adirondacks, heavier rain moving up the St. Lawrence Seaway, and this storm east of Hudson Bay moving that way. Once that gets out of here and weakens, and that will begin tonight, the wind will begin to relax, but it's going to take a while. Another trough of low pressure moving in from the western Great Lakes tonight, so it's going to be windy this afternoon, windy tonight, and then the winds will back off from south to north tomorrow. That's the latest on the wind here. There's wind around the Great Lakes, too. It's been howling out there. Alex?
Gusts 20 to 30 miles an hour still in parts of the Great Lakes region, including cities like Detroit and Chicago. Let's take a peek at those numbers right now. Winds around 20 miles an hour, gusting to 29 miles an hour in Detroit. Chicago, you've got a 15-mile-per-hour wind. Those gusts at 21 miles an hour for St. Louis. Through the rest of the evening, it's Detroit that will stay especially gusty. Gusts anywhere from 20 to 30 miles an hour at times. Overnight, though, into tomorrow morning, the winds are finally going to relax for Detroit, for Chicago. But notice by tomorrow afternoon, winds will get a bit breezy again around the Minneapolis area. Winds gusting to 15 to 20 miles an hour through tomorrow afternoon. Wind chill factor is in play. So the air temperature, what you're looking at on the thermometer, that's not what it feels like. Feels like temperatures are in the 20s and 30s for Minot and Fargo, but many spots in the 40s and 50s. Not nearly as cold as it was this morning when wind chills were having you really bundle up. And tomorrow morning, Dave, not going to be as cold as this morning. In fact, when we look at those wind chill values for early Friday, 30s, upper 20s, not bad at all.
Thanks, Alex. Well, wind and rain have made a lot of weather news the last few days, and wind and rain will make more news as another storm moves in. Let's find out what we're up against and where it'll happen. Here's severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes.
Thanks, Dave. And we're talking tomorrow for Texas with a threat for very, very heavy rain and even a chance of a tornado, some damaging winds. Today, the upper air system is over Arizona. Take a look here in the water vapor imagery. That's the form of satellite imagery with the grayish shades here, the clouds, and then a lot of sinking behind the center of this. So that cold pocket aloft is enough that even with working with limited moisture today, it is already producing thunderstorms. You see see all the lightning bolts. It's produced pea-sized hail that's covered the ground in places. Right now, severe thunderstorm warning in Maricopa County off to the west of Phoenix, down south of the Buckeye area. It's not moving very fast, but it may be an hour and a half from now, if it holds together, moving in toward the Phoenix area. Now, tomorrow, that whole upper air system will push farther to the east, trigger a surface low, a lot of southeast moisture being pulled in, and just above the ground, a low-level jet, 5,000 feet, really fast, 70 mile per hour. So there'll be a lot of wind shear at low levels. If we didn't have widespread rain to keep the sun out, that would result in a higher chance of tornadoes. But as it is, we still could see a few. The upper level jet stream comes in. It may be oriented from northeast to southwest, that upper trough at least. That usually means a lot of heavy rain and a little less of a tornado threat than if the upper air system was really charging its way eastward. So here's the situation for tomorrow, maybe beginning before sunrise in some of these areas, and then by afternoon spreading its way maybe into the southwest suburbs of Dallas, near near Laredo and San Antonio is what I'm trying to say. Tornado condition index a 3 on the 10-point scale, 30% chance of a tornado within 50 miles. Here's one computer rendition of how that may all evolve. Some of these showers and thunder showers today coming in by tomorrow morning into places like Abilene and San Angelo, and then by tomorrow evening into the Dallas area. Look at the line here, some little kinks in that. Some of those little bow echoes there could give damaging winds. A chance of a tornado on the leading edge of those, and then that line comes into Louisiana and Texas on Saturday morning, continues in the afternoon. The red shaded areas, spotty severe thunderstorms, and again heavy rain across parts of Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Let's go to Dave and Alex.
Thank you, Dr. Forbes. Well, storms are just one type of weather making a comeback.
Soaking rains, the kind that swamped parts of the southern plains late last week, are on the way, and Texas is one place where it is not going to take a lot of moisture to bring more flooding. We'll tell you how much rain could fall after your local on the 8s.
I've joined 14 online dating sites.
14? Is one of them eHarmony?
I don't have time for all those eHarmony questions.
Beth, do you want fast or forever?
Stop waiting. Start communicating for free today.
At night, the road plays games. It runs away and hides. It looks back and mocks us as it twists, turns, and fades from sight. And so we simply end this game of hide and seek with strong, bright Sylvania headlights. Suddenly, the road child behaves. It stops its hiding and running, and it simply lays down before us, so we can easily find it. Sylvania Silver Star Ultra, for everything ahead of you.
Why do we insist on 100% Alaskan whitefish? Why do we always hand dip in our famous batter, cook it to golden perfection, and serve it with fries for just $1.99? Because at Long John Silver's, we think you deserve more for $1.99.
You totaled your brand new car. Nobody's hurt, but there will still be pain. It comes when your insurance company says they'll only pay 3/4 of what it takes to replace it. What are you supposed to do? Drive 3/4 of a car? Now, if you had Liberty Mutual new car replacement, you'd get your whole car back. I guess they don't want you driving around on 3 wheels. Smart.
With Liberty Mutual new car replacement, we'll replace the full value of your car. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Tonight we come to let loose. Tonight we come to dance. They try to put us in a box. They try to categorize us the same. We gotta dress like this. We gotta talk like that. But we say no more. Spirit, use your wings. Tonight we change things.
Freedom. It's just freaking me out.
3 nights of weather.
What is that?
You shouldn't watch alone.
Is it real? Yeah, it's real.
This Halloween, binge on our most twisted weather shows.
Oh my God.
Wicked in the Weather Marathon, starting tonight at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, night, mostly cloudy skies. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 72. Friday, afternoon showers. High 85. Chance of rain 60%. Friday night, clear to partly cloudy. Low 73. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It felt huge. Don't move, man.
When a moment turns romantic, why pause to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and the free 30-tablet trial. Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Los Angeles faces wild waves and wind issues. Other parts of the Southwest are starting to see rain make a comeback as well. That rain is expected to push into places that are still trying to dry out from last weekend's rain. One of those places, Houston, on the right. Let's see where the rain is coming down now and where it's headed over the next few days. Right now, it's parts of Arizona and New Mexico where we've got rain showers, also thunderstorms. Look at all those lightning strikes across parts of Arizona and into western New Mexico. Gulf moisture will be in play, and notice where it's streaming into the weekend, right over the south central, places that just got deluged toward the end of the weekend. I mean, some parts of Texas saw almost 2 feet of rain. So a lot of rain has already fallen, and they are going to get more. As that upper low system moves off towards the east, the moisture follows, and so parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, the Carolinas will also get in on the rain, as well as Tennessee and Kentucky. Tomorrow's forecast, though, it's generally the south central part of the country with the best chance of rain and thunderstorms, so more rain for places like Texas. Houston, you'll still be watching for at least some showers on Saturday, but Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas will be more likely to see more persistent, heavier rain. Rain and thunderstorms for parts of the southeast, including North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia as we finish up the weekend. Rainfall totals 3 to 5 inches anywhere you see that yellow shading, so could be adding some more significant totals to parts of Texas, Louisiana, and also, Dave, over into Georgia and Alabama.
Yeah, we'll take the rain too, you know. Drought is an issue in the southeast. It's also an issue in Texas. And speaking of Texas, you know, there's an old song, Alex, you might remember your grandparents singing this song or playing on the old Victrola. Sing it with me, will you? Okay. What a difference a day makes. 24. Okay, fine.
I don't know
now,
what I'm sorry.
Thank you, Alex.
I tried.
In Texas, it's what a difference a week makes. Check this out. Heavy rain made a dramatic effect in the drought monitor for the state because of all this rain we picked up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Amazing amounts, and across the Sabine River into Louisiana and Mississippi, etc. But Texas was suffering through a short-term drought until that happened. This was the drought back a week ago. Then the rain hits, and here's our drought monitor today. We get updates every single week. So it has helped. And the good news is there's another storm on the way. It's coming in from the Rocky Mountains. Here in California, it's still bad, at least over land. But on shore, we've had some problems right near Jim Cantori's vacation home. Alex?
Oh, all right. Well, along the coast in Southern California this week, high waves, they've eaten at beaches and washed through fences. High tides during the full moon, that's the reason why. At places like Seal Beach, crews tried to build sand berms to go up against those big waves. Winds are also creating headaches in Southern California. KNBC's Jane Yamamoto shows us the scary trouble one San Fernando Valley family found themselves in, courtesy of those wild winds.
The winds were so strong it literally shook a family out of their home here on Dearborn Street, and you can see behind me the tree out here. It slammed into the home. This was about 2:45 in the morning. There were two sisters inside their bedroom. They say that no one was hurt. The tree did not go through the window, but it was a very scary situation for the family. They called 911. The question now is whether the tree is on their property or if it's under city jurisdiction. The concern, though, is this big tree in front of their home. They're just hoping the wind doesn't take this one out as well. City maintenance now will be out here a little later today to remove that tree from the home. Reporting live from North Hills, California, I'm Jane Yamamoto. We'll send it back to you.
Santa Ana winds will be an issue for the end part of the week across parts of Southern California. You're looking at high wind watches, wind advisories in and around the Los Angeles Riverside areas. High pressure centered over Nevada, tight pressure gradient with that area of low pressure over parts of southern Arizona. And so those winds will be strong. Earlier, Dave was explaining that pressure gradient. The tighter the gradient, the stronger the winds. And they'll be strong out of the northeast wind, especially through some of those canyons. So keep that in mind. There's the wind forecast for Los Angeles today. Winds 10 to 15 miles an hour through the evening.
It's Olive Garden's 20th anniversary of Never Ending Possible. So we're celebrating by offering you over 20 delicious choices starting at $9.99. Like creamy new pesto Alfredo or crispy chicken Frita, plus unlimited salad and breadsticks for a limited time at Olive Garden.
Some cashback cards love to overcomplicate things, like limiting, where you earn bonus cashback. Why put up with that? But the Quicksilver card from Capital One likes to keep it simple. Real simple. I'm talking easy, like a walk in the park, nothing to worry about. Man, that feels good simple. Quicksilver earns you unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere. It's a simple question. What's in your wallet?
Here's something new. Now you can get the Weather Channel forecast on the new LL Bean app. Just tap, shop, and discover. The new app from LL Bean, featuring forecasts from the Weather Channel. Download today.
Yes, we are twins. When I went onto Ancestry, I just put in the name of my parents and my grandparents. And I was getting all these leaves, and I was going back generation after generation.
You start to see documents, and you see signatures of people that you've never met.
I mean, you don't know these people, but you feel like you do. You get connected to them. I wish that I could get into a time machine and go back 100 years, 200 years, and just meet these people. Being on Ancestry, it just made me feel like I belonged somewhere.
Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
When the weather starts turning cooler and the air is nice and crisp, I know that fall has finally arrived. And with it, all the flavors of the season. Fall is all about bringing people together around delicious food. And each recipe brings as much enjoyment as the company.
Low prices on everything you need to make every meal more memorable. Walmart.
I'm Mike Bettis. That's Sarah. Welcome to the set of a brand new show, Weather Underground. There'll be experts, bloggers, the smartest weather minds in the business on every screen you have 24 hours a day. Geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, weeknights at...
Outdoor living, it's the heart of the Florida lifestyle. And with propane gas, your backyard is your personal paradise, where you can dine out every day, relax in a steaming spa or gently warmed pool, celebrate by the fireplace, and light up the night. Propane adds luxury to your life, and clean burning and efficient, propane gas is better for the environment. Fuel your Florida lifestyle with propane gas. Exceptional living from the exceptional energy.
This is for my sister, my mother.
Lifetime and I are teaming up with former Project Runway designers to raise awareness about the importance of breast cancer research.
For everyone.
Together, we can all be the end. After all, research is the very fabric of eradicating breast cancer.
Fund research. Save lives.
Be the end.
Brought to you by your South Florida Volkswagen dealers, a proud supporter of breast cancer awareness.
news are pouring in. See why people love three scientists walk into a bar. Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 72. Chance of rain, 60%. Friday, afternoon showers, high 85. Chance of rain, 50%. Friday night, partly cloudy, low 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Snow guns working overtime at Loveland Ski Resort. Both Loveland and Arapahoe Basin in Colorado open today for skiing. The two resorts rival each other each year to be the first to open. So it is a tie. It is not just Colorado getting in on the snowy times. Parts of the Midwest are as well. In fact, the Twin Cities saw its first snow of the season yesterday. Some people just weren't ready and they drew the words, "Oh no," into some of the snow that fell. And it wasn't just Minnesota that had that wintry look and feel. Check out the snow that swirled over Rice Lake, Wisconsin. You can hear the wind as well. Started out as rain but turned to snow, coating pavements and coating some of those pumpkins. Parts of Iowa also saw snowfall along with members of the Northwood and Kensett High School football teams because snow took the field. It fell during the championship game in northern Iowa. So that'll throw a weather curveball into the game. And in parts of the Midwest, it is still a bit chilly. That includes you in Chicago. So the wind still making it feel a little colder. Temperatures are in the 40s for Green Bay, Chicago, Detroit, Des Moines. Low 40s, though, for Fargo. A turnaround in temps is in the work. Dave, you've got some toasty details, actually.
I do. You know, some people call it Altweibersommer, and those would be people over in Germany and Switzerland. That's old wives' summer. That's what they call it there. We call it Indian summer or second summer here. It's an unusually warm stretch of weather after a killing frost. Well, we don't have the abnormally warm yet, unless you're in southeast Maine, where it's in the 70s right now, but it'll be the cooler air that stretches the northeast. Here it comes. There it is, the Midwest first, and then finally into the northeast later on this week. But it's going to be a brief shot of cold air. Already let me get rid of that thing. Little housekeeping, thank you. Already high pressure has moved east, so we're picking up a southeasterly wind here. High pressure moves offshore by the weekend, and temperatures, especially in the upper Midwest, 5 to 20 degrees above average. Did you see Sunday in Chicago? 65. Monday, 68. So this will be the Altweibersommer, or the old wives' summer, or Indian summer, or second summer. Whatever you call it, it's going to feel great. Here in New York, we'll be back to 62 degrees by Sunday. On Monday, almost mid-60s as we have right now. So it'll be cooling down and perfect for football weather, right?
Perfect for football if you like the warmth. If you, maybe the Green Bay Packers fans, they're already ready to bundle up, right?
Yeah.
You know who's not ready to bundle up?
Who?
Miami Dolphins fans.
Well, of course.
They
the
love
game
it
is there?
No, it's in New England.
It's in Foxborough.
So we are looking at Foxborough. Temperatures not too bad, though, tonight as the Finns take on the New England Patriots. We've got temps in the 60s. Winds will be strong at the start of this one, especially. Maybe dying down a bit, but still 10 to 15 miles an hour for the end of the game. And then Citi Field, home of Game 3 in the World Series. Kansas City is leading this 2-0. So the Mets and their fans would love to see them take this one. They're first at home. Temps in the 50s falling into the 40s. And then it's Halloween on Saturday. So You need the details. What can you wear? Can you wear your, the sheet that you splattered blood on it, or is it going to be rainy and it's just going to make the whole thing run?
Well, let the whole thing run. It'll be
then
more
it's just
macabre.
a red sheet.
It'll be more macabre that way. Another thing some of tonight's teams need to watch out for.
The wind. We told you about that. It's already blown rain and sheets down some city streets just ahead where the wildest winds are blowing now.
More sit per roll. Bounty is 2 times more absorbent, so 1 roll of Bounty can last longer than those bargain brands. So you get more life per roll. Bounty, the long-lasting, quicker picker-upper.
After 50 years of designing cars for crash survival, Subaru has developed our most revolutionary feature yet. The car that can see trouble and stop itself to avoid it. When the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety tested front crash prevention, nobody beat Subaru models with eyesight. Not Honda, not Ford, or any other brand. Subaru Eyesight, an extra set of eyes every time you drive.
Sleep. Remember when it welcomed you like a friend? Then it became more elusive. But why? When you have insomnia, it may affect the wake neurotransmitters in your brain, disrupting your wake and sleep messages. Belsomra is a prescription medicine for adults who have trouble falling or staying asleep. Belsomra is thought to help turn down wake messages by targeting and inhibiting the action of orexin, a neurotransmitter that plays a central role in sending wake messages. Only Belsomra works this way.
Do not take Belsomra if you have narcolepsy. When taking Belsomra, don't drive or operate heavy machinery until you feel fully awake. Walking, eating, driving, or engaging in other activities while asleep without remembering it the next day have been reported. Belsomra should not be taken together with alcohol. Abnormal behaviors may include aggressiveness, confusion, agitation, or hallucinations. The temporary inability to move while falling asleep or waking up and temporary leg weakness have also been reported. In depressed patients, worsening depression, including risk of suicide, may occur. Alcohol may increase these risks. Side effects include next-day drowsiness.
Sleep. Ask your doctor about Belsomra.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
We experienced our first Northeast winter.
We were freezing.
So we went to Burlington. There's so many brands to choose from.
That looks good on you.
We found something for everybody. And the prices are great. This year, we're prepared. Yes!
Tonight, the Weather Channel drops you into a new season of nature's worst-case scenarios and asks, so you think you'd survive?
It's coming toward us.
The hit original series is back to put your survival skills to the test.
Could be the last mistake you make.
Oh my God! So You Think You'd Survive, all new tonight at 10, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 72. Chance of rain, 60%. Friday, afternoon showers, high 85. Chance of rain, 50%. Friday night, partly cloudy, low 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Closed captioning brought to you by Eggland's Best Eggs.
There's only one egg that just tastes better, with more vitamins and less saturated fat.
Only Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
If you'll be going out for any reason the next few days, well, there's a triple threat out there. Threat 1, wicked winds that still howl across the Midwest and Northeast.
Threat 2, the return of the one thing you do not want in parts of Texas, especially after last week, rain. And that's the kind that could bring more flooding.
And the third threat, storms making a comeback. We've got the who, what, where, when, and why right now for you. It's 1:30 on Weather Center Live. I'm Dave Schwartz.
And I'm Alex Wilson. We begin to talk about what you're dealing with right now. Why not start with the present? In western Maine, more than 11,000 customers are without power right now due to a squall today after strong winds last night. And a live look at New York City right now. We've got airport delays in the Big Apple. FlightAware.com reports that at least 82 flights have been delayed at LaGuardia Airport. 22 flights have been canceled. It's worse at Newark. 178 flights delayed there, another 15 canceled, and winds continue to be a concern across parts of the Northeast. In fact, Dave, we still have wind advisories.
We sure do, and for good reason. You know, Watertown, New York, and Buffalo, New York are both in the wind advisories. And both cities this hour have gusted to 48 miles an hour. That's worthy of an advisory, right? That'll, make driving difficult, especially if you're driving across the Peace Bridge from Buffalo over into Ontario, or maybe on the Buffalo Skyway if you're heading south out of town. So please be careful. Strong winds, especially off the water and up in some of the hills too, because the winds are stronger aloft. And over the lakes, there's no friction, so they can be really strong at the lakeshore. We've got a few rain showers also moving through. The storm itself is moving northward into Canada, and it's drug some warmer air into the Northeast today. We hit 70 in Hartford, 75 in Boston, where we're 17 degrees above where we were yesterday. But look at Buffalo. 18 degrees below where we were yesterday. So there's your cyclonic flow. From the south, that cold front moves through. Then we get our west to southwest winds in here, and reality returns. Typical October, late October weather. Cool, a little windier perhaps than you'd like. Tonight, though, those winds will diminish. Tomorrow it'll be breezy, but not as ridiculously windy as it is today in some spots. Alex?
And that's kind of what we're seeing right now across parts of the plains and upper Midwest. Those winds relaxing a bit. Still, though, they're gusting 20 to 30 miles an hour in spots. Current gusts around Detroit, 28 miles per hour. Gusts at 25 miles an hour in Marquette. 21 mile per hour gusts for St. Louis. Still breezy around places like Chicago. Forecast for those gusts shows that Detroit, you're going to be around the 15 to 25 mile per hour range into the late evening. But overnight tomorrow morning, winds die down. However, could be a bit breezy tomorrow across parts of the Dakotas, also into Minneapolis and Omaha, with winds around 10 to 20 mile per hour gusts tomorrow afternoon. Right now, the wind chill, it feels like it's 29 in Minot, 37 Fargo, low 40s in Minneapolis, so not nearly as cold as it felt when you stepped out the door this morning. And when we look at our wind chill forecast, you can see that moving forward, most spots will be feeling like they're in the 30s and 40s, so not bad at all. Tomorrow morning, the bus stop pickups will be much less chilly for the kids. Dave.
Thanks, Alex. Well, remember that song by the Canadian folk singer? In there, it's when the gales of November come early. Well, that's what, Gordon Lightfoot, of course, yes. The gales of November come early. That's what's happening across the Great Lakes yesterday and today. We've got gale warnings for parts of all 5 Great Lakes. The strongest winds are over Huron, Ontario, and right here on Lake Erie. Well, not only is it windy, but you know, wind does something else as it moves across the water, as anybody on the East Coast or Gulf Coast knows with hurricanes. It piles the water up in the direction toward which the wind is blowing. So it's piled water up in Buffalo. This morning, it was 30 inches above where it was 24 hours ago. That's called a seiche, a slosh. Since then, the water has returned. That water will slosh back at a much weaker rate. Well, we also got a severe threat. There have been a couple of warnings so far in Arizona. What's the latest, Dr. Greg Forbes?
Yeah, no warnings at the moment. We have seen some hail up to 3/4 inches in diameter, and some that's pea-sized that's covered the ground. That's underneath a cold pocket aloft that is going to tomorrow head eastward and give a severe weather and flooding threat for Texas. Take a look in the water vapor imagery here. We can see on the east side of this dip in the jet stream, the clouds right underneath the cold pocket aloft is where the storms are popping up, and then sinking air behind that. The situation here, lots of lightning. Some of that is most of it's east of the Phoenix area. The severe warning that had been west of Phoenix has expired. That storm has weakened, but still you could get some lightning coming into the area. Now, tomorrow, this system will have a lot more moisture to work with than it does today. Gulf of Mexico moisture pouring back in from the south and east. Maybe a front also that often can be a focus for some of the heavier storms, and a low-level jet at about 5,000 feet, 70 miles per hour. So a lot of turning of the winds with height, could be a chance of a tornado. The good news is that some of that heavy rain, if it is good news, might hold down the tornado threat, holding down the amount of sunshine. That jet stream comes eastward, pushes that low to the east. The upper air disturbance may be tilted from northeast to southwest. We call that positive tilt. That favors more the flooding rains than it does that we're charging more east in the opposite orientation. Would be more of a severe threat, and as we head into Saturday, some of that rain will be heading over into Louisiana. Tomorrow, maybe even before dawn in parts of the central Texas area, and by afternoon and into the early evening over into the south suburbs of Dallas, over into the San Antonio and Laredo areas. Tornado condition index-wise, 3 on the 10-point scale. If we get some sun come out, it'll certainly be a higher threat than that because that wind shear is very strong. Here's how it may all evolve, at least one computer's rendition of that. Watch this. Overnight tonight, the thunderstorms pop up, maybe near San Angelo and the Abilene area. Could even be an isolated severe threat, and then a whole line of storms by tomorrow evening into the Dallas area, into areas west of San Antonio. Little bow echoes in that could have damaging winds, and the individual storms before they line up, maybe a chance of a tornado. Overnight, even Saturday morning there into the Houston suburbs and over into Louisiana, and continuing Saturday across southeast Texas, Louisiana, into southwest Mississippi. There'll be heavy rain with that, but also a chance of a tornado and damaging wind gusts. A lot of heavy rain. And Alex, let's go to you.
Yeah, Dr. Forbes, you know, you were here tracking those rain showers this past weekend. We saw incredible rainfall totals across parts of Texas, into Louisiana, Mississippi, where there was flooding, and these areas don't really want to see more rain. And you know, in Atlanta, it was a crummy start to the week with rain and heavy drizzle. Right now, you've got some blue sky overhead, so that's been a nice change late yesterday and into today. But the rain is coming back for the end part of the weekend. Satellite radar picture the rain showers, the thunderstorms right now focused into parts of the southwest, New Mexico, also Arizona. But there's that Gulf moisture moving into the south central, and as we go through the weekend, southeastern part of the U.S. Notice as that upper level low moves east, so does that moisture, and so will the rain threat. Here is the forecast. We'll start with tomorrow, your Friday, offering up rain from parts of Kansas all the way down into Texas. These are the areas that saw all the rain last weekend. They don't want any more, but unfortunately it is coming. Saturday, rainfall will be heaviest, steadiest across parts of Louisiana and Arkansas into Mississippi as well. And it's the southeast that will see a dreary and wet end to the weekend. Parts of the Carolinas, Georgia, and Alabama. Rainfall through Sunday could be as high as 3 to 5 inches, Dave, into parts of the southeast and south central. Obviously not as high as the totals we saw over the weekend, but these areas are already so saturated that could cause problems.
Good point. Thank you so much, Alex. Well, coming up after the break, you are in for something special. I've seen it twice. If you haven't seen it, hang on through the break. It's a huge cave deep beneath a mountain in Vietnam. How big it is and how we're able to see it.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 72. Chance of rain, 60%. Friday, afternoon showers. High 85. Chance of rain 50%. Friday night, partly cloudy. Low 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Happy anniversary dinner, darling. Can this much love be cleaned by a little bit of Dawn Ultra? Oh, yeah. One bottle has the grease cleaning power of 2 bottles of this bargain brand. A drop of Dawn and grease is gone.
I did it. I joined eHarmony.
Yeah, I can get my own dates.
How's that going?
Oh! Yeah! Sign me up.
Stop waiting. Start communicating for free today.
Don't miss Ace's biggest ever buy 2 get 1 free LED sale now through Sunday. Buy any 2 select LED bulbs and get 1 free. Mix and match from our best-selling, longest-lasting LED bulbs and get over 80% in energy savings.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why do we insist on 100% Alaskan whitefish? Why do we always hand dip in our famous batter, cook it to golden perfection, and serve it with fries for just $1.99? Because at Long John Silver's, we think you deserve more for $1.99.
The cold truth is, there's no easy way to do your job when you're sick. Tough symptoms? Need Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Cough. Its 4 cold symptom fighters put you back in control. Stay unstoppable. Alka-Seltzer Plus.
One car travels towards an intersection with wipers that streak and clog, while another travels towards the same intersection with wiper blades that don't let them see clearly. But between them, the Michelin Man with Michelin Stealth Wiper Blades, a revolution in wiper blade technology, combining SmartFlex construction for superior windshield contact with proven hybrid blade design for clog-free performance in rain, ice, and snow, helping you steer clear for the road ahead. Michelin Stealth Wiper Blades, a better way forward. Get your Michelin wiper blades at these fine retailers.
See why more than 5 million feet in the U.S. speak for Amopay Pedi Perfect. Now discover the latest innovation in the Amopay foot care line. New Amopay Pedi Perfect with diamond crystals. Remove hard skin effortlessly for soft, beautiful feet in an instant. New Amopay Pedi Perfect with diamond crystals. And try the new range of refills, available in extra coarse for tough, hard skin and fine for a silky smooth finish. Amopay. Love every step.
Tonight we come to let loose. Tonight we come to dance. They try to put us in a box. They try to categorize us the same. We gotta dress like this. We gotta talk like that. But we say no more. Spirit, use your wings. Tonight we change things.
Freedom. At night, the road plays games. It runs away and hides. And so we simply end this game of hide and seek with strong, bright Sylvania headlights. Sylvania Silver Star Ultra for everything ahead of you.
I love you. Love you too.
One minute. Hi. We need to do this, yes. Good.
Hi.
Letting go.
Don't say a word.
It's a little easier when you've saved for college with State Farm.
You are advised to expect flooding throughout the entire area for the next 2 days.
Mandatory evacuations in effect for the following counties.
And this just in, reports of hail the size of golf balls.
Cloudy, windy, and cold this morning. Scattered snow squall activity.
Maglite. Turn your light on, America.
Well, here in the United States, we are not the only ones who've struggled with flooding this week. Check out the water that covers some streets in Baghdad.
Homes and businesses flooded after heavy rain from Iraq to Egypt. Some cities looked more like Venice than desert communities. Some streets were filled with thigh-deep water.
Now, drones have provided stunning views of some of the flooding we've seen in this country this week, but one of those drones has also helped reveal a hidden secret.
It's located deep in the jungle of central Vietnam. Our colleague Dave Malkoff takes us there.
This is a place on our planet unknown to humans until 1991 and unexplored like this until now. DJI, a big company that makes those hobby drones you hear so much about, sent one of their flying cameras into the world's largest cave, and the results were outstanding.
This cave is so massive. Some of the caverns are as big as two 747s side by side.
The cave is called Sundong, and it's deep in the jungle of central Vietnam.
It's so hot in there, and it's so humid. And because of the light and the sunbeam that comes in, it creates its own little weather system. So you have clouds, you have like bands of fog.
That's partly due to this. Some ceilings tower 650 feet above the bottom of the Mammoth Cave. If you walk for 2 miles down a dark path of ancient limestone, you'll be astounded to see daylight streaming in. Stalagmites that look like mini mountains big enough for a brave explorer to climb. An entire world inside a mountain, more than 3 miles long, 500 feet wide.
Unbelievable footage.
That's amazing.
It is.
And it's only because of this kind of technology.
This technology has really allowed us to see our world from a different perspective.
Certainly a different way of looking at the world we all share. In Las Vegas, Dave Malkoff, The Weather Channel.
How awesome was that? My God, I think we'll be seeing more of that on TV in coming weeks, don't you? I mean, that looked like a Steven Spielberg production. And it's something that actually exists. All right, let's get back to weather here. We got a severe thunderstorm warning, Interstate 95 and Interstate 95 in Maine. Runs from Maine to Florida, and this is where the severe weather is. Looks like a bow echo is developing here, so there could be some damaging winds from this. And that really is the main threat. We've got the lightning button turned on. There's no lightning with this thing. Just some very strong winds because the winds aloft are so strong. If you get a heavy shower, that wind comes down along with the rain here too. That's your contact to those strong winds aloft. 11,000 people already lost their power here in northern Maine. So take this one seriously up there in Piscataquis, Penobscot counties. Meanwhile, here in the west, we do have thunder and lightning, and it's in Arizona and New Mexico. That is the energy spot for the new storm that'll be moving across the country. Will this one be as powerful as the last one? Well, for most of us, no. Tomorrow, we'll just be recovering with the last rain and snow showers up here in the northeast from this storm, which is headed up into Canada. Things will quiet down. Then this one becomes the storm. First for Texas and Oklahoma and New Mexico because of the threat of flooding Friday and Saturday. And then moving east into Louisiana, Mississippi and Alabama, Tennessee. They've had some heavy rain here recently, so we'll be heads up for flood watches and warnings. But I want you to notice something. Look at this, everything moving from west to east. That means ain't nothing coming north to south like super cold air. So we're back in the 60s by the end of the weekend here in Minneapolis, and that's going to feel really good compared to what's going on outside under the clouds right now. 66 on Tuesday. The only cool spot will be in the west, and if you love to ski, you've got to love that forecast, huh? 38 in Billings, 51 in Seattle, pretty chilly compared to 70 in New York, 63 in Boston. That is above average on Wednesday and Thursday. Double sixes in Chicago, the cold air, northwest and northern plains, and high country only. Alex, over to you.
Well, rain, storms, temperature swings. Dave pinpointed all of those over the next 7 days, but we want to show you more, like the types of weather that some people fear. On the way, the expected and unexpected phenomena that make some of us shiver with dread.
When it's your job to protect the world's greatest nation, it's your responsibility to solve the world's greatest challenges. This is why we search for the best and brightest, why we train for every eventuality, on land and water, in the air, space, and even cyberspace. We operate in a complex world with one simple mission: win.
Think your heartburn pill works fast? Take the Zantac It Challenge. Zantac works in as little as 30 minutes. Nexium can take 24 hours. When heartburn strikes, take Zantac for faster relief than Nexium or your money back. Take the Zantac It Challenge.
How to make an awesome weather science show. Take 3 scientists. That's us. The scientists. Yeah. They know that. Add the forces of nature.
That's hot stuff.
Mix in some crazy experiments.
Lit my hand on fire.
Why?
Because it's science.
Oh, that is so cool. And then...
Go! Who said science isn't fun?
3 scientists walk into a bar. Bottoms Up Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel. And join the community now on Facebook.com/3scientists.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 72. Chance of rain, 60%. Friday, afternoon showers, high 85. Chance of rain, 50%. Friday night, partly cloudy, low 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to your rheumatologist about a biologic, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira giving me new perspective. Doctors have been prescribing Humira for 10 years. Humira works for many adults. It targets and helps to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Talk to your doctor and visit Humira.com. This is Humira at Work.
Your journey isn't about a single destination. It's about everything your Corolla can reveal to you along the way. The surprises you find 200 feet in front of you, and all the stories hidden up ahead. There are endless destinations waiting for you to find them. Discover more in a Corolla. Toyota, let's go places.
Every morning, Rudy gets these new Milk-Bone Good Morning Daily Vitamin Treats. They've got nutrients that aren't in most dog foods, and I get stuck with these. Hey, why don't I get a treat? Oh, that's right. I get pancakes. Say it with Milk-Bone.
You do all this research on the perfect car. Gas mileage, horsepower, torque ratios. 3 spreadsheets later, you finally bring home the one. Then smash it into a tree. Your insurance company's all too happy to raise your rates. Maybe you should have done a little more research on them.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual.
You both have a perfect driving record.
Perfect.
Tickets, no accidents.
That is until one of you clips a food truck, ruining your perfect record.
Yeah.
Now, you would think your insurance company would cut you some slack, right?
No, your insurance rates go through the roof. Your perfect record doesn't get you anything.
Anything.
Perfect.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. And if you do have an accident, our claim centers are available to assist you 24/7. For a free quote, call Liberty Mutual at 1-888-631-2145. Switch to Liberty Mutual and you could save up to $509. Call today at 1-888-631-2145. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Wait. We're geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
That Weather Underground is a great show. Stay tuned, it's just 7 minutes away. Well, time for the tropical update. I thought we'd take a look at what's happened here briefly. The names that are in bold indicate the tropical storms that have formed this year. This is the 2015 storm names. And we've had Anna, Bill, Claudette, Danny, Erica, Fred, Grace, Henri, Ida, and Joaquin. So that's 10 of them. An average here, I think, is 12. Am I right about that, Alex? 12? Yeah, so we've had a quieter than average year, and that was the prediction by the National Weather Service and the Weather Channel and Colorado State University. So that's verified so far, and there's nothing out here right now, just some disturbed weather in the Pacific. But in terms of the Gulf and the Caribbean and the Atlantic Basin, aside from this little thing, there really is nothing much to watch. And this little area of low pressure, and it is a low, according to there is a circulation here at the surface, it's getting blown apart by those strong upper level winds, and that really has been the story so far this hurricane season. Let it die, huh? On the other side of the earth, look at this. In the Arabian Sea, you are looking at a hurricane that's really getting its act together. Look at that bright red now, right around the center. You can even see a faint eye right in the middle of that. It's now 85 miles an hour. It's strengthening, and it's moving west into the dry, parched Arabian Peninsula. That's the forecast for a slow movement toward the west, impacting either western Oman or Yemen, and it'll be a major hurricane once it hits with tremendous rainfall. And you get tremendous rainfall in a desert, you are talking about big flooding, to say nothing of the winds. But we don't ever see rain like that, except with a tropical landfall. That's the tropics. Alex, over to you.
Well, let's turn now to a topic that's apropos, given that it's Halloween, this scary time of year. And to be honest, different types of weather scare some people, but I mean really scares them to the point where they actually get a phobia about it. Tornadoes, one of them, and it is easy to understand why. They're powerful, they can be destructive, deadly, damaging. I think a lot of people sit up and take notice when they hear the word tornado, but some people fear them so much they've actually developed a phobia, and it's called lalapsophobia. Tornadoes are just one type of weather that people can develop phobias about, so it goes beyond lalapsophobia. Flooding, another phobia, and that's really timely given all the flooding that we've seen of late in places like South Carolina and Texas. Torrential rain turns familiar routes home into potential death traps, and you get that rushing water. Well, there's a special name for that weather fear as well. It's antlophobia, a timely term to know, especially the way this month has gone, and more rain in the forecast for parts of the south central and southeastern U.S. end of the week and this weekend. But sometimes you can have a phobia about a less direct form of the weather, such as clouds. They don't always signal the worst weather on the planet, but there are people who develop a phobia about them regardless. Nephophobia. That's if you fear clouds deeply. It comes from the Greek word for clouds, nephos, and fear, phobos.
Very interesting. You know, I love those words.
Yeah, experts say that's actually linked to the fear of what the clouds will bring. Interesting, right?
Well, right, darkening clouds. It pays to be, concerned about that.
Right, and I guess these people are probably, in a way, some of your best weather knowledge people, because they always know what's going on.
Yeah, and we have some weather knowledge people here too.
We do.
The Weather Channel.
We do. We've got a couple meteorologists around the building. Let's give you the Halloween forecast.
Okay.
They've worked out the numbers, and they've picked the top 5 scariest weather forecasts. Seattle, Washington takes the number 5 spot, 56 degrees with light rain. Portland, you've got rain with a temperature of 59. You're in at number 4.
I personally don't understand why these are scary forecasts, but we're going to motor on.
I guess it's scary to the children who maybe have Halloween costumes that now they're going to have to put a raincoat or a poncho over it.
Yeah.
Moms and dads are scared of the reaction they're going to get when they say you have to put a raincoat over that superhero costume.
And there's New Orleans number 1. For what reason, we don't know, but we're glad to bring them to you. Now, it's Halloween forecast for Denver, Colorado. They could look at some snow later on this week, but not this weekend.
No, this weekend actually looks pretty good for Halloween evening. Temps in the 50s, falling into the 40s. Late Atlanta, dry to start, so the little ones, as they're out trick-or-treating, should be just fine. It's the late-night partiers that couldn't get in on the showers.
Right. And coming up next, your local on the 8s, and after that,
Weather Underground.
You got that right.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, thunderstorms early, low 72. Chance of rain 60%. Friday, afternoon showers, high 85. Chance of rain 50%. Friday night, partly cloudy, low 73. Winds northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.